Want to check the
Alright.
mic again?
Oh, yeah, probably.
Hello?
Hey!
There we go.
Are we live?
We are live.
Woohoo!
Did you rename it at all?
Nope.
What's it gonna do?
No?
No, just
What?
like last time. Like
It's
the
just,
video
there's
will
gonna be like a 15-minute video, and then now there's gonna be like a however long video.
Wouldn't they like overwrite each other's name or something? Huh. Alright, well, we're back.
We are back. We ate food. That's all that happened.
This time maybe we will last more than 15 minutes.
Well. Oh god.
Those are both you.
They are.
Ooh.
Oh. I have to say. This one's alright.
Alright.
Well, yeah. About as good as yesterday's anyway. I see what you're going for, but it's just not really my style. I mean, that's fine. I'm mostly just glad that you're trying a little bit.
Well, of course, at least I'm trying.
Why
Why are you so emotionally invested in my poems anyways?
That was fun.
Isn't that more of a compliment to me?
Hey? No, gross. It's not like I care. It's just that one of us is in the club has to make sure you're not slacking off. Yep.
Really? Well, what if you ended up just scaring me away?
It's not like you would actually do that.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of fun to hang out here, even if I have to put up with you.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, gah! Natsuki's elbow
I see.
connects with my stomach.
Oh? Maybe I won't mind scaring you away after all.
I was just joking.
Oh, I know. Don't worry, I was too.
Mm-hmm. How the hell do you call that a joke? Seriously hurt.
Oh no.
Well, maybe it was funny to her. I guess that's kind of the point. I should really just watch my mouth around Natsuki.
Anyway.
Natsuki holds her poem out to me like nothing ever even happened. I'll be your beach.
Oh.
Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heads or your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail. And remember the reasons you're wonderful, you press your lips to mine. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me be by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. I actually really like that one.
It really has lots of good ones. Yeah. Sorry. I felt like I kept writing about negative things, so I wanted to write something with a nice message for once. Besides, beach is awesome. Kinda hard to write anything negative about the beach.
Well, Yuri's take on it was a little more solemn.
Little butts. She better not have said anything bad about mine. After all, she was the one that wanted to write about the same topic. Ugh. Really see her doing that too. Making us write about a simple topic and then trying to impress me by coming up with something all fancy. Well, it's not like I care. I just did it anyway. I guess mine ended up being kind of metaphorical too. Nothing wrong with doing that once in a while. the very least, it was good practice.
Faith's like, hold on a second.
This is your best one so far. It's really nice, Denton.
Thanks. Sarah, you've been a little quiet today. Is everything alright?
Huh? Of course. Everything's fine. Maybe I'm just a little tired today.
You want a nap or something?
No, that's silly. Don't worry about me, okay? I really want to see smiles on your face.
Well, alright.
Denton? I'm still a little surprised. I really thought that you would try writing your poems like the way Yuri does. Or even Natsuki. In the end,
Yeah?
yes,
Oh,
You're
I guess you're the one who likes this the most.
Yeah.
That's twice.
why? You don't want to get closer with everyone else?
Wait. Of course I do. But that doesn't mean I need to try so hard to impress them.
Of course he does.
I still understand you the most, Sayori. I know you have to sometimes put up with me. And I have to sometimes put up with you. But we have a wavelength or something. And this is how the poem came out. Sometimes it feels like you're the only exciting thing in my life. So sometimes it's easier to write when I'm thinking about you. Sayori?
No. Denton. I don't deserve this. You're too nice to me. Why are you doing this?
Sayori has trouble keeping her voice steady all of a sudden.
If you had fun with everyone else instead, this would be so much easier.
Sayori! I glance around the room to make sure nobody has noticed this. Sayori, I've probably never said this before, but I don't understand what you're feeling right now. Tell me what will cheer you up. Sayori shakes her head. She sniffles and keeps shaking her head. Finally, she gathers herself and puts on a smile.
Nothing, Denton. It's just a little rain cloud. Sorry you had to see that. I promise it won't happen again. The smiles from everyone, okay? That's all that matters. Go play with everyone else. I'm gonna go home a little bit early today.
Sayori,
Tell Monica I wasn't feeling well, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
before I can say anything else, Sayori cheerfully walks out of the classroom, humming to herself. Give me a second. Okay, you three. We're all done sharing poems, right? Why don't we start figuring out?
Hold on a second. Is it just me, or did you say something strange just now?
Huh?
I know, you have the Sophie lines.
Something did sound a bit unusual. That's right. You deviated from your usual catchphrase when addressing the club.
Catchphrase? I don't have a catchphrase.
Jeez. Why is the mood so weird today? Look, even Yuri isn't immune to it.
Ah. What?
Nothing.
Stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen.
In your books, maybe. Look, the only thing different is that Sayori isn't here.
Ah! It seems you're right.
Oh my.
Sayori always helps lighten the mood a little bit, doesn't she? It's almost like everyone's balance is thrown off a little when she's not around.
Where the heck did she run off to anyway? I thought she just went to pee.
Natsuki, please show some decency.
Oh, come on.
She actually wasn't feeling all that well and went home early.
Is that so? I hope she's alright.
That was so condescending.
Seriously? Of all the times to not go home with her, you pick the time she's not feeling well? So much for you two being all lovey-dovey.
No. First of all, stop misunderstanding my friendship with Sayori. And second, she's kind of been avoiding me today, so I didn't want to force it.
Ooh.
That curious expression coming from Yuri of all people? Calm down, guys. I talked to her earlier, and everything is fine. What did she say? Anyway, we need to figure out the rest of the festival preparations, so let's decide what everyone will be doing this weekend.
I already know what I'm doing.
That's right. Natsuki will be making cupcakes.
Woo.
But we might need a lot of them, and of different flavors. Can you handle that all by yourself, Natsuki?
Challenge accepted.
And as for myself, I'm going to be printing and assembling all the poetry pamphlets. Sayori will be helping me design them. And as for Yuri, you can, guys, can you help me come up with something for Yuri?
I'm useless.
Oh.
No! That's not it at all. You're the most talented person here, you know? Now Natsuki's pouting too? Jeez, even I can tell now. I guess I never gave Sayori enough credit, but I can tell things are even harder on you when she's not around. That may be the case. But if I can also be a leader on my own, then I won't grow as a person. So, Yuri, you have a beautiful handwriting, you know? So you should make some banners and decorations to help set up the atmosphere.
Atmosphere? About that. I love atmosphere!
Yuri's expression suddenly changes as she stares at her desk in focus and starts nodding to herself. Your mind is already racing, I see. That's great! You'll be a wonderful help, Yuri. But anyway, that just leaves you, Denton. The one who is truly useless. Don't say that. In fact, both Natsuki and Yuri have some pretty heavy tasks to handle. It would probably go a long way to give one of them a hand. You could always help me out as well.
Ooh.
I would really appreciate that. That's... Is Monica suggesting I spend the weekend with one of my club members? How on earth are they going to respond to a suggestion like that?
I suppose I wouldn't mind a bit of help.
Well, even if you don't know how to bake, there's always some dirty work I can do. It's not like Monica's going to give me a choice. You shouldn't be sitting on your plate anyway.
Big dishes.
Natsuki tries to mumble a bunch of excuses like that.
If I recall, Natsuki, you mentioned that you like to handle the baking on your own? Denton may not like to be around you if you only make him out to be a nuisance. So therefore, he may be more suited to assisting with decorations.
Hold on, I never said that. How hard could it be to make a few decorations anyway? Sounds more like you're just making excuses for Denton.
What are you saying? It would be extremely meticulous work.
And baking isn't? Just what do you think?
Guys! Let's settle down for a moment. In the end, I think it's up to Denton to decide how he'd like to contribute. Besides, he hasn't really gotten the chance to spend any time with me yet, you know? So I'm sure he's interested.
You literally just said...
I'm surprised as well.
Sorry. I was just saying, though.
Jeez. We just settled this already?
Yeah. Denton, you're okay with this, right? In the end, it's up to you.
Choices!
Of course.
Very well.
In that case, everyone looks straight at me.
Oh. I like that Sayori is an option. I think this is the first time you've gotten to choose Yuri. Interesting.
Monica?
Yep.
I have two main choices.
I'm sorry, did you say you have too many?
Yeah, that too.
He said two main.
Two main. Monica and Sayori.
How did you know?
Because those are the obvious choices.
Am I that obvious?
Yes.
Oof.
Why Monica?
Yeah, that's why Monica.
She's kind of cute.
And why Sayori?
Because she's my best friend.
And also good.
What's that?
They're all kind of cute. Except for that voice you make.
Which one?
I think that Natsuki would be fun to like hang out with, but she's too childish looking for me, and that's just weird. And also Yuri is like 4,000 times out of my league, so
They're all great story-wise. Honestly, it really doesn't matter who you choose, because the story is amazing. Anyway, either way you go.
Well, flip your coin. I don't even know who you chose.
Sayori.
I mean, if it's going to be anyone, then I prefer helping Sayori.
Oof. Poor
I
Monica.
mean, we're already neighbors, and
But Monica said...
Monica said that Sayori was helping her. Jeez. Do you really hate us that much?
no. Sorry, I didn't mean for this to be difficult. Just think of the club, okay?
Oof. Well, you did say you had two choices.
Well, I guess I should probably be helping Monica. Yay, you picked me!
Hold on a sec.
Yeah.
Monica, you're the one who needs the least help out of all of us.
Huh? But
I agree with Natsuki. Not only is your work already most suitable for one person, but you already have Sayori as well. Huh.
Den was the one who...
That doesn't matter. You're the one who scared him into picking you in the first place. You're the club president, Monica. You're supposed to make responsible decisions for the club.
Monica, you shouldn't let any ulterior motives interfere with this decision.
Ulterior motives?
Oh, called out.
What are you saying, Yuri? In fact, it sounds like you guys are the ones with ulterior motives.
Excuse me?
Otherwise, this wouldn't have been made into such a big deal in the first place.
That's completely false, Monica.
Yeah. We have a lot of work to do, you know. We won't do as good a job if you make us work alone.
Maybe. That's true.
Think of the club, Monica. If we want our event to succeed, then we need to appropriately distribute our resources. What?
So are you going to do the right thing, President?
Okay. I get it. It's technically most logical for Denton to help one of you two. So, I guess that's what we'll do.
I like that you were
No,
like, I
you
have two choices.
choices.
And it was neither of them the choices. Game's like, fuck your choices.
Oh, I'm so glad you went with that.
God damn.
That was highly enjoyable.
She says, do you have preference, Denton? But like, there's not a no option?
Women.
Yeah, sure. Astute observation.
A student observation. I watched that go through your mind like, what? Oh no.
Man, if I was in this position in real life, dude, my whole system would be like,
And I'm done.
Shutting down.
I'm going home for the day, guys. Sorry.
I'd just be like,
Oh no. I don't know, guys.
That was really fun, though.
That
You have two choices. Fuck you, though.
you have 4 choices. No, actually, you have 3 choices. No, actually, fuck you, you have 2 choices.
I want
You
so,
wanted 2 choices,
I want
right?
so
There you
bad
go.
for you to click one of these and it to be like, no, actually.
You have no choices.
We'll be working alone. At home. Doing nothing.
Sounds like a plan to me. That almost is preferable.
Oh my god.
Ah!
Flip coin. Yeah, coin.
Hey Google. Flip a coin.
Heads, Natsuki. Tails, Yuri.
That's the way I usually do it.
Heads.
You got heads.
You chose
Natsuki.
Natsuki.
Well, baking sounds like it could be fun. And you guys made it sound like a lot of work, so it could probably use 2 people.
Don't worry. Baking is a ton of fun. You'll definitely agree.
Huh? Just a minute ago, you were saying that...
But that's because...
Mm.
Never mind, okay?
Well, anyway... You'll be fine by yourself, right, Yuri?
Of course. I'm used to it after all.
Oh,
Damn.
poor Yuri.
So much
That's-
silence.
Good. Even though Yuri is being melodramatic, it's a little hard not to feel bad.
Aww. Yuri. So that's everything, right? Anything else we need to talk about?
No, I think that's it. Are you guys excited?
Yes. Everything except the performance is going to be awesome.
I don't think that really counts. What about you, Denton? Me? I guess you could say I'm interested to see how it'll turn out. That's good enough for me. What about you, Yuri? Yuri?
She's still sulking.
Natsuki starts pouting too.
Why? Why? It's not... I mean, it's not that big of a deal or anything.
Well, it might not just be that.
Huh?
I think that Yuri might just be feeling a little underappreciated in general. Having to come up with something for her to do and then nobody offering to help?
That doesn't mean... Ugh.
Natsuki glances back and forth between everyone with a worried expression.
Look,
Natsuki goes over and puts her hands on Yuri's shoulders.
Yuri, you really are the most talented one here. And going to help make the event a lot more fun and welcoming. I mean, the cupcakes will probably help a lot too. But you're gonna make the atmosphere special. It'll be really important for the way that people feel during the performances. So, you need to stop being dumb and give yourself a little more credit.
Natsuki releases her hands and turns around to face the other direction.
You didn't really mean that, did you?
Not really.
Yuri isn't the only one surprised. Monica and I are also taken aback by Natsuki's words. Natsuki, of all people, to be saying such encouraging things. But I begin to understand. Natsuki was trying to sound like Sayori. Even if it didn't work perfectly, I can tell that she tried to say something Sayori would say at a time like this. Because Sayori always helps everyone smile and feel good about themselves.
I'm sorry for being dumb. I'm going to do my best. And all of us are going to make a really great event.
Yeah! I hope to see everyone doing their best. But with that, there's nothing more for today. So I guess it's time for us to head out.
Okay, but staying here a bit longer. I'm staying here a bit longer. there is an extra word in that sentence. I barely got to do any reading today, so...
Fair enough. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone packs up their things. I start to follow Monica and Yuri out the door as they chat between each other.
Where are you going?
Huh?
We still need to figure out plans for this weekend. You literally would have gotten home and realized you didn't even have a way to contact me.
Oh, that's true. I have no idea how that
I was
slipped my
thinking
mind.
about that earlier, Jim.
Jeez, good thing I stopped you. I'm giving you my number, okay? You'd better not make it weird or anything.
Why would I do that?
Because you're a guy.
Natsuki gives me her number.
Okay.
Hits her with that WYD ...
I'm coming over on Sunday. I'll bring all the ingredients.
Wait! You're coming to my house?
Well, yeah. What's wrong with that?
I mean... I just figured that since I'm the one helping, I'd be going to your house.
Yeah, right. Like, I could have a guy over my house. My dad would kill me.
Really? That's kind of strict if you ask me.
Yeah, how do you think I feel? Can't do anything when my dad is home. Anyway, I just needed to complain for a second. We have each other's number now.
But I didn't give her my number.
That's what I was thinking.
That's all I needed from you. I guess I'll text you when I'm coming over.
Alright, fine by me.
Yeah. I'm really gonna show you why I love baking so much. So you better look forward to it.
Oh? Didn't you say you were just gonna give me the dirty work?
Well, I was just saying that. It's not like I could act like in front of everyone. But I was looking forward to this.
Wait, really?
Kind of. Just because I never get to bake with someone else before. Reading's hard. That's all it is, so...
Alright, I get it. Sorry for overreacting. Anyway, I'll be heading out now. See you on Sunday.
Never mind.
It was so quiet.
Say something. I can't believe this!
Yeah, it's supposed to be fair.
Natsuki's gonna be coming to my house on Sunday. Even though I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, my anxiety still shoots through the roof. I guess I've gotten pretty used to handling her at this point.
I wonder
But who
if-
knows what might end up
Yeah.
who knows what might end up happening when we're outside of school? What's that?
I wonder if your character would have said, I would have preferred to do this with Sayori, if you didn't choose Sayori first.
I don't know. She even told me she was looking forward to it. I shake my head. Why do I feel nervous why do I feel nervous that Sayori finds out about this? It's not like we feel that way about each other. Besides, like Monica said, this is about the club. I have nothing to worry about. If I just go with it, then I'll have a good time.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Natsuki's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself that there's no reason to be nervous, but it doesn't help much.
You didn't realize you were playing yourself, did you?
I wonder if she'll act any different when it's just the two of us. Meanwhile, she's been texting me a lot. We sent each other one after exchanging numbers to double check, but it turned into a conversation. She's almost a completely different personality on the phone, using tons of emoji and cute languages. She also really likes complaining about things, but I kind of saw that one coming.
Same.
But putting Natsuki aside, I haven't heard anything from Sayori since she left the club early the other day. It's not like we text each other all the time or anything, but I've been worried about her in the back of my mind. Between what Sayori said and what Monica said, is it really okay for me to put Sayori's feelings aside when she might need me? I decide to visit Sayori before Natsuki comes over. Rather than asking, I simply tell her I'm coming over, much like we've done in the past. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering it myself. Again, we used to play so often that I've made a habit simply Blech. Again, we used to play so often that we've made it a bit of a habit to simply enter each other's houses like we're family. This house is quiet. Sayori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I assume she's up in her room. It's already strange of her not to run down and greet me. I head up to her bedroom, where I finally find her. Sayori!
Hi, Denton.
I sit down in her room. Sayori forces a smile, but it's easy to tell that she's different. There's a minute of silence between us.
You haven't come over like this in a long time, have you?
I guess you're right. It has been a long time. Not much has really changed, has it? Sayori's room is messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations that she's had for years now.
Came over more often, it wouldn't be such a mess.
That's because I always end up cleaning it for you.
How come you suddenly wanted to come over today? Aren't you supposed to see Natsuki tonight?
Oh yeah, but... Wait, how'd you know that? Sayori had already left by the time we decided that last meeting.
Monica told me. It's only natural for her to keep me informed about the festival preparations, right?
Ah, that's true. But what about you? Aren't you going to be helping Monica today?
Of course. I'm just helping her on the line. We didn't plan to meet up or anything.
Oh, so it's just me and Natsuki then. There's more silence between us. Like a dog that gets stepped on. Sayori stares in a random direction. Everything about her behavior is really uncharacteristic. I finally get to the point. I just wanted to see how you're doing. After you left on Friday, when something's wrong, you can't hide it from me. I know you too well. So, Sayori smiles, shaking her head.
That's no good then.
Huh?
Why can't it just be like it's always been? This is all my fault. If I didn't get so weak and accidentally express my feelings, if I didn't make that stupid mistake, you wouldn't have been worried about me at all. You wouldn't have come here. You wouldn't have been thinking about me right now. This is just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish. I think that's why the world decided to have you come over today. It wants to torture me.
Sayori? I grabbed Sayori by the shoulders. What on earth are you saying? Are you listening to yourself right now? I know something happened to you. There's no other explanation for you to be like this. So tell me already. Until I know, I won't be able to stop thinking about it. Sayori gives me an empty smile.
Really put me in a trap, then. But you're wrong. Nothing happened to me. I've always been like this. You're just seeing it for the first time.
Seeing what? What are you talking about, Sayori?
You're really gonna make me say it, aren't you, Den? I guess I have no choice this time. The thing is, I've had really bad depression in my whole life. Did you know that? Why do you think I'm late to school every day? Because most days I can't even find a reason to get out of bed. What reason is there to do anything when I fully know how worthless I am? Why go to school? Why eat? Why make friends? Make other people put their energy, caring, waste by having them spend it on me. That's what it feels like. And that's why I just want to make everyone happy. Without anyone worrying about me.
I'm in shock. I can't even figure out how to respond. How is it possible that Sayori kept this from me the entire time that I've known her? Did she really want so badly for me to just not think about her? Sayori?
Huh?
Why is it that you've never told me about this? It almost feels like I've been betrayed as your close friend. Because if I knew, I would have done something. I would have done everything I could to support you. Even if it's only so much that I could do. I have tried a little bit harder every day to make it a little bit better for you. That's why I'm your friend. All you had to do was tell me.
I don't understand at all then. Why do you think I didn't tell you? Because if I told you, then you would have to waste effort caring about me instead of doing important things. I don't want to be cared about. Bittersweet when people try to care about me. Feels nice sometimes. But it also feels like a bat being swung against my head. That's why I wanted so badly for you to make friends with everyone else. Helping everyone to be happy together is the best thing for me. But I discovered something else too. Seeing you make friends and get closer with everyone in the club. It feels like a spear going through my heart. That's why I decided the world just wanted to torture me. Every path leads to nothing but hurt.
You're right that I don't understand. I don't understand your feelings at all, Sayori. But I don't need to understand. Whatever it takes for me to help you stop hurting, that's what I'll do.
No, then. There's nothing. Nothing at all. The only thing that could have helped is if everyone could be like it always was. But I was selfish. I finally showed you what a horrible person I am.
Tears streak down Sayori's face.
I made you join the literature club because I was selfish. And I was punished by my heart hurting in a way that I couldn't understand. And now you came here and it makes you hurt too. Just being selfish. That's all I am. That's why I'm going to accept these punishments. Because I deserve every last one.
Without thinking, I once again grab Sayori's shoulders. This time I pull her into a tight embrace.
Then,
Sayori, I don't care if you feel selfish. I'm really happy that you convinced me to join the club. Seeing you every day is what makes it worthwhile enough. If I make friends with everyone else, that's just a bonus. But please, never underestimate how much I care about you. I wouldn't have it any other way. Sayori isn't hugging me back. Despite my arms being wrapped around her, Sayori's arms remain at her sides. She starts sobbing next to my ear.
no. Don't do this to me. Please don't do this. Dan.
Sayori barely manages to speak in between her sobs. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but all I want for her is to know that I care. If you have it in you to call yourself selfish, then you have to let me be selfish too. No matter what it takes, I'll figure out what needs to change. I'll make these feelings go away. And if there's anything you need me to do, then you better tell me. I'll get mad if you don't.
Oh no. I don't know. No.
Gently, Sayori finally puts her arms around me in return.
No, anything. Oh, really scary. I don't understand any of my feelings, Dan. The only time I'm not feeling nothing is when I'm feeling pain. But your hugs are so warm. That's really scary too.
Sayori lets me go. As she does so, I let her go as well. The festival's tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
How would you like for me to spend it all with you? It's what I want. I promise.
I think that would be nice then.
Yeah. Sayori wipes her eyes. If I could spend the whole day here, I would. Of all days, this has to be the one where I have other plans. Maybe I should cancel.
No, don't. Please don't. If you did that, then I really wouldn't forgive you.
But it's almost time for Natsuki to meet me at my house. At the very least, do you want to come along and help out? It would be fun. To my surprise, Sayori shakes her head.
Sorry. I don't know if that would be very good to...
Ugh, I don't know if that would be very good. Okay.
I don't know if that would be very good for me today. You understand, right?
It's kind of hard for me to fully understand. But I'm trying my hardest.
It's okay. Don't worry too much about it. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Alright. I look forward to it. I say goodbye to Sayori and exit her house. On the way home, I find myself still feeling uneasy. But it's hard for me to keep thinking about it when Natsuki is coming over too. I think Sayori is right. I shouldn't be worrying too much, and we're definitely going to have a great time tomorrow. I should just focus on what's ahead of me. I spend only a few minutes back at home anxiously awaiting Natsuki's arrival. Before I know it, she texts me to let me know she's outside the front door. Without delay, I open the front door and let her in.
What's up?
Hey. I don't know what I was expecting, but seeing Natsuki in something other than a school uniform totally threw me off. Seeing her in such cute clothes makes the uniform seem totally unfitting in comparison.
Jeez, don't make me feel so awkward already. It's gonna be a long afternoon, so don't be weird. Just because you're not used to seeing me outside of school. Anyways, I'm coming in.
I see you brought a lot of stuff. Natsuki is carrying a large bag that is probably full of baking supplies.
Well, I didn't want to come all this way to find out your kitchen isn't equipped for the job. I brought everything I asked you to, right? You bought everything I asked you to, right?
Yeah, I did. Yesterday, Natsuki asked me to buy a bunch of ingredients if I didn't already have them at home.
Good. Glad I could count on you to do your part.
Well, of course.
I hate this kitchen.
I'm surprised to hear Natsuki suddenly say that, rather than something snarky like she usually does.
It's so
Table in the
nice.
middle.
Could it be that she's a little different outside of school after all? Anyway, let's go to the kitchen.
That's how it was in my old house. It sucked. What, you're not even gonna offer to take this heavy bag from me? Where's your hospitality, Devin?
Come on. Since when did I need to be a gentleman? I grab the bag Natsuki holds out to me.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is ridiculously heavy.
I carried that all the way here. Are you impressed?
I see now. Yeah, I am impressed, Natsuki. Seems like I always underestimate you.
It's because I'm so small, isn't it? You jerk.
Natsuki hits a fist into my chest. Hey! Your size has nothing to do with it. Do you really hate being small that much?
It's not like I hate it. I mean, sometimes I like proving people wrong when they only think I'm worth my size. It's fun when I get to be small, but also better than other people. But... Geez, never mind. What are you making me say? I don't think you make me talk about weird things just because we're not at school. Are we getting started or what? There's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of stuff I gotta teach you. What?
That's a little bit more like you. You're more fun when you just speak your mind like that.
Hey, now you are treating me like a kid. I was trying to be a little nicer to you, you know. Just because because I don't have a mature and sexy figure like Yuri doesn't mean you should treat me like... Ugh.
Natsuki catches her words, and her face turns red. Natsuki.
Forget it! I didn't say anything.
I should apologize.
Eh?
I appreciate that you were trying to be nicer. I should have been a little more considerate too. But also, if that's what you're thinking, then you should know that there are tons of guys who are into body types like yours.
How would you know that anyway?
Just trust me on this one.
Gross.
Hey! Was that to me?
Who else?
Man,
Oh my god.
let's just get this started already.
It's so good.
It tastes so bad. I expected cherry. I was so relieved.
I have a nasty canker sort going on.
Oh.
Oh, that sucks.
It's literally like someone took a marshmallow and was like, let's make this liquid.
It's so gross.
I kind of want a waterfall right now.
Fully thought it was going to be cherry, and I was just like, this is not what I expected.
I'm terrible at
Oh,
waterfall.
this is gonna be
I
fun.
believe in you. Hey!
It does taste like liquid marshmallow.
It's disgusting.
It's just like concentrated sugar!
Literally.
Yeah. Disgusting. I'm glad you like it, though. I would have been really sad if it went to waste.
I just want to take a second and talk about what just went down, though. Damn, that was hard. Because like that's exactly how I feel, like 98% of the time.
I mean, did we mention there's multiple warnings before you play this game?
Oh, I see. I thought you were talking about, like, what just happened, and I was like...
Yeah, he was having a really hard time talking about her body type, obviously.
That's my confusion.
He's
No, like the words that she were saying, or Sayori was saying, was like 100% accurate to like who I am. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Ow! Sad.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I was getting a little bit choked up.
You just gotta take him in a hard, warm embrace until he hugs you back.
I've had that exact conversation like twice in my entire life.
I still don't know what to say. Come over and play games, bro.
But thankfully, I don't really have much of those thoughts since like January, like February, when I started those meds. So
Well, that's good.
That is good. I'm gonna get my actual cherry.
I want it. I know it's not, but I want it to be marshmallow so bad.
It's not, but look at these cans and tell me.
oh,
How
easily mistakable.
I was like, white and red, got it.
Fucking love it, dude.
Get it? Great. Get all sour when a girl calls you. Ooh, yep, you get all sour when a girl calls you gross. I finally found your weakness, Den.
Natsuki smiles deviously.
Alright.
Please spare me. Well, if Natsuki decides to dish out more insults like that, there's no way I'm not fighting back. But she's satisfied enough for now. Finally starting to pull things out of her bag so we can get started.
Yeah, she is.
Before long, the whole kitchen is a mess.
So much better.
Spoons, dirty bowls, flour, spilled fluid, and plastic bags are strewn about.
Spilled fluid.
I don't know why, but for some reason the way you said dirty bowls was just...
And
like
spilled fluid.
What do you mean?
I don't know. You said you were like spoons, dirty bowls, something how you said it.
I can't. The mixer isn't even big enough to make all the batter at once, so we've had to do it several times.
Hey, you.
Been there.
Oh shit. I'm just gonna leave now. Meanwhile, Natsuki is babysitting all of my movements to make sure I don't mess up her precious baking.
Yeah, you better not. Then where did you put the food coloring? The batter's going in the oven soon, so I need to fill the trays.
I think it's still in the bag next to the table. What are you using it for?
To color the batter, of course. I'm making each tray a different color. That way, even if the flavors aren't different, everyone can still pick their favorite.
Ah, that's a cute idea. Are we doing anything like that with the icing?
Do you want to?
You're asking me? I don't really have a preference, so...
Come on. You're not putting any heart into this at all. Can't you at least try to have fun?
I am having fun. I'm not really sure what Natsuki's trying to get out of me. Meanwhile, I see her separate the batter into smaller bowls and put a few drops of food coloring into each. Ah, that looks pretty cool.
See? It's not like baking is just about following instructions. The presentation is where you get to be creative and have the most fun. It's a million times more worth it in the end if you just... Ugh, Jesus Christ. It's a million times more worth it in the end if you just... If just looking at it makes everyone's eyes light up. I don't know what's happening.
English. It's not happening.
No, it's not.
Like the ones you made on my first day, huh? I recall Natsuki proudly presenting her cat-shaped cupcakes and Sayori and Monika's delighted expressions.
Oh, they were cute.
I wonder if I can make Natsuki proud like that too. Yeah. Maybe I will use the food coloring then.
Sounds like you're starting to understand. Just make sure you completely finish mixing the icing before you mess with the food coloring.
Yeah, it's getting there. We were using the electric mixer for the batter, so I got stuck with a whisk and a huge bowl for the icing.
Huh? The icing's still lumpy. Are you even trying?
Well, yeah. It'll just take a little longer.
Jeez. I'll be here all night if you do it like that. Here, look.
Natsuki grabs the whisk from me and uses her other hand to tilt the bowl back.
You really need to beat the crap out of it.
After a few seconds, the consistency of the icing has already improved.
See?
As if to emphasize, Natsuki sticks a finger in the icing and pops it in her mouth. I reluctantly start to do the same.
Hey!
Natsuki suddenly grabs my wrist.
I don't want your gross fingers in my icing.
Your icing, huh? Are you forgetting who did all the work? I start to fight back, trying to inch my finger toward the bowl.
Oh, this is gonna be
Don't make me beat the crap out of you next.
messy.
I'd like to see you try.
Yeah, it is.
I push harder, just enough for my finger to reach the icing. I triumphantly scoop some with my finger just as Natsuki... Jesus. Just as Natsuki tugs with all of her might. Ah! The force of Natsuki pulling me causes me to stumble, making her stumble and turn.
Gross. You got it on my face.
Yep.
The worst place to get it.
Oh, jeez. Whose fault is that? There's a big glob of icing on Natsuki's cheek.
Ew. Eh.
She tries to reach it with her tongue, but is too far away.
Jeez. You know what? Take this.
Natsuki instead wipes it off with her finger before shoving her finger toward my own face. You wish! I'm faster. I grab her wrist with my hand before it reaches my face. Natsuki tries to reach her other hand to fight back, but I grab that one as well. Oh, Lord. Ah! Oh.
Stop.
Not until you apologize for calling me gross.
Fine, fine. Sorry for calling you gross. You know I don't mean it. Just fun seeing you react to it. You do that to me all the time, you know. Saying dumb things just to get a reaction out of me. You really shouldn't tease girls like that.
Is that so? In that case, I probably shouldn't do this either.
I like that she's a vampire.
I told 100% right. I take Natsuki's finger and put it in my mouth, licking off the icing.
Ooh.
That face. What? Did you seriously just...
Natsuki is so surprised that she can't even figure out how to get mad at me. Her face is entirely red.
Yeah, it is.
Didn't. You really shouldn't do that kind of things to girls unless you really like them. You know that, right?
What kind of question is she asking me? Blech. What kind of question is she asking me just like that? How did the mood turn into this so quickly?
This is exactly what you sounded like when you sent that text.
What?
Just everything's happening so suddenly.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to show you. It's so good.
Natsuki gazes at me in silence. I notice her shallow breaths. Why am I starting to feel dizzy?
Don't collapse on top of me. Eh?
Out of nowhere, the fire alarm starts going off. Saved by the bell. Natsuki rushes over to the oven. Is something burning? I thought you didn't put the cupcakes in yet.
No wonder. You left a dirty tray in here, dummy. How could you make a mistake like that?
I hate it when people do that.
I know, right?
You should have checked before turning the oven on.
And then they always say that.
Don't blame me for your mistakes. Jeez.
Natsuki uses an oven mitt to grab the blackened tray out of the oven.
Who puts dirty dishes in there?
She sets it on top of the stove. In another moment, the fire alarm stops.
Anyway, I'm putting them in the oven now.
Yeah. Excuse me.
And Denton dies.
Yep. The tension from the moment before still lingers over our heads, but the moment has already been lost. I watch as Natsuki slides the cupcake trays into the oven. Then I reluctantly pick up the whisk and continue with the icing like nothing ever happened.
Ah, that smells good.
The cupcakes are ready to be pulled out of the oven. As soon as Natsuki opens the oven door, a blast of sweet-smelling warm air fills the room.
Look how cute they all look.
I swear to God, I can
She
smell it.
proudly shows off the different colored cupcakes in each of the trays.
I
They'll look even better once we add the icing.
So I swear to God, I can smell
know, right?
it.
Not like I need you to tell me that. I brought decorating stuff, so I hope you can get creative. Here, scoop the icing into these bags.
Natsuki hands me some plastic bags.
I have these nozzles that will make it look nice and fluffy. This one can even make flowers. We probably won't be using it this time, though.
What's this one for? I pick up one of the nozzles that has a much thinner tip than the others.
That one's really thin, so you can use it to make stripes or other patterns. But you can also use it to write stuff on a cake. Like happy birthday or whatever.
Huh, I see. That gives me an idea, actually.
Eh?
Well, it's a literature event, right? We could make it more literature themed by writing a different word on each of the cupcakes. It would be fun to see people choose their cupcake based on a word they like.
That was really good.
It's a terrible idea.
What?
You have to come up with individual words for each cupcake?
Just get out a dictionary or do like a random word generator.
Screw that.
Are you kidding? Like your mini game at night, where you have to pick one for poetry. You will be like, indubitably, I'm getting this cupcake.
Indubitably, I say. Hmm?
I was kind of expecting you to say something really stupid, but that's actually a really cute idea. So
Oh, maybe I'm getting it from you.
Ha.
what's that supposed to mean? I'm not cute.
Come on. We're not at school, nobody's judging. You can't dress and act like this and not expect me to think you're cute.
Well,
Oh, Natsuki's voice trails off.
same with you.
Huh? Did you say something?
No, nothing. Let's just do the icing.
Natsuki picks up the paste and fastens a nozzle onto each of the bags.
There's a lot to do, so we shouldn't be wasting time. Here, I'll show you how to do it.
Without giving me a chance to think about it before, Natsuki quickly moves on. She shows me how to apply the icing, and then we each get to work. When we're finally finished, Natsuki puts all of them side by side to admire our work.
Look how pretty they are together.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Oh, I wish I could have one now.
Well, there's no reason you can't, right? I don't see any harm in that.
Yeah, but my dad's making dinner tonight, so I really need to save my appetite.
Aha!
Ha.
Sayori's the exact opposite in that regard. If she was here, we'd probably be down 10 cupcakes already.
That's true.
And she would still eat dinner.
Come on, that's just unhealthy. Besides, when my dad cooks, I need to eat as much of it as I can. Anyway, I was hoping we would have time for manga, but I need to be home for dinner.
Already? That's a shame.
It's your fault for working so slowly. You should have thought about that. It's not like you'll always have this chance.
And as usual, Natsuki places the blame on me.
You bring the cupcakes tomorrow, right? You and Sayori each carry some, then you can probably do it in one trip.
Yeah, I can do that. And don't worry, I won't let her eat any.
I wish she would listen to me the way she listens to you.
Yeah. I again think back to the conversation I had with Sayori earlier today. I felt so helpless. Sayori always does listen to me, but at that point, it felt like she couldn't listen to me at all.
Okay, I'm all packed up. Good work today.
You too. I'll walk you out, I guess. And just like that, Natsuki is already about to leave. It feels like the afternoon went by in a flash. More than that, did I even take the opportunity to get closer to her like I wanted?
Well, I guess I'll be off then. Thanks for all the help and everything. I'll see you tomorrow.
Wait, Natsuki,
Eh?
what you said before about not always having this chance, it doesn't have to be that way at all. I had fun today. You showed me how fun baking can be, like you wanted. But aside from that, you can come over anytime, okay? I think that if possible, I'd like to spend more time like this. If you want to read manga or go out somewhere.
Do you really mean that?
Natsuki looks at me tensely like she's trying to hide her expression. Yeah. I want to spend more time with you.
Then... I thought you only cared about getting this done. I'm sorry I had to leave so early today. I really didn't want to. I would really stay here longer if I could. I feel the same way as you, so...
Natsuki suddenly gets closer to me.
Jesus.
Wait,
yes, she does.
Natsuki. Standing inches from me, Natsuki looks up at me. I feel her fingers gently clutch at the sides of my shirt, as if holding on to me. Her rose-colored cheeks and matching eyes fill my vision, along with her slightly parted lips. Happening. My head starts to go dizzy as I feel her soft breaths against me.
I felt it. For a while now.
Natsuki suddenly jumps back.
Sayori.
Ah!
Ah! I didn't.
Sayori! Just now, we weren't...
Uh-huh. Okay then. Stop by to say hi.
Well... You should have come a little earlier. I'm already on my way out, so...
Oh, really? That's too bad.
Yeah, well... I'll still see you at the festival tomorrow, so it's fine. Don't eat any cupcakes before then. Anyway, later.
Clearly flustered, Natsuki hurries off, and Sayori waves goodbye. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. I had to come here and see it for myself.
What? Talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with Natsuki, and how close you got to her. I'm really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way then? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be better This would be so much better if I could just disappear.
Sayori, don't say that.
It's true then. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being so selfish. Monica was right. I should just...
Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
But...
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I hurt then. I'm really scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
Scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori,
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. And I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And
that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. You remember how I said I would always know what's best for you? You still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm gonna give you. Sayori, I love you. Those are my true feelings. So, there's no way that you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner. But spending time with you and with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms tightly around me.
are you okay?
Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again.
Love you, then. I want to be with you forever.
Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit.
What is this?
Sayori.
I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now, why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all then.
It's okay, Sayori. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now.
Okay. I trust you.
Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh?
What do you say? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. Really new and scary to me.
I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Sayori gazes at me once again, smiling sadly.
Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me.
I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayori?
I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you loved me. That's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me.
Yeah. I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if maybe I should be doing something more or something different. I know that these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. Okay. What?
Give me that.
It's the day of the festival.
You should have it eaten.
Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking the school with Sayori.
Come on.
Denton! Denton!
Oh my god, what?
Oh my god, sit down, be a perfect break.
I'm trying to help my dad.
I had to steal his cereal.
Yeah, he wants me to track his calories.
Just like Laura.
It's definitely gonna blow your calories up. God.
Alright, of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. I managed to carry all the cupcakes by myself, carefully stacking 2 trays. Natsuki is already texting up a storm, but I can't respond thanks to my hands being. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Natsuki at the festival. But knowing Monika, I'm sure the event will be great too. Kenton! You're the first one here.
No. Maybe. I can't actually see it. No, it's not.
Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monika is placing little booklets on each side of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems for performing.
There's no music. My soundbar is on. I have done nothing to it.
Huh.
In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monika would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important, she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful knowing that's not nearly as simple as for her. I only said it because that's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, Denton. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. Kinda left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monika, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monika is being friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill in my spine after hearing that.
Told you.
Okay. Sound is working. Our neighbor's music.
I mean, unless the emulator fucked up, it's running properly. Be right back.
Well, the stream's not ending. I just am rebooting it.
I know. I'm just be right back for the game.
Okay. Monica is being friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want me to check out the pamphlets? Or, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel.
Yeah.
I recognized Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's the one that I haven't read before. Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Yikes.
I want her to. I'm passing the.
Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving.
And the MVP goes to Dustin.
Right? Jeez. That was unnecessary. You could have been like, get out of my
What is
head
this?
times 100.
Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. And? What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's ever written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? Should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her to help wake her up. Even a simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and it's what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori! She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Sit.
There's your music. That's interesting.
It's just a little weird. The hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way that this can be real. Sari wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed my urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sari I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sarah needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts kept telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I had just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do to bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only had one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Jesus fucking Christ. 140% left turn of where I thought this was going.
Oh, we're not done.
Yeah, we're not done.
What?
I don't know if you noticed.
So do I just click this?
I would assume so. Okay then.
Nani? I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor, and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of girl you'd never see yourself making today. Wait, you know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Arstal, some Russian character, catch up to me.
Oh my god, this is so fun.
It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. What?
That's you.
Then? Monica? Oh my goodness. I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So having her smile at me genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. You know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity about how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Denton. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but... you could at the very least, visit my club. It would make me feel really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome! You're really sweet, Denton, you know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me! Girl 1. A guest?
Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Denton. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right?
What? No, I'm not.
Natsuki.
The girl with the sour attitude, who's named apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president.
You got promoted.
I wonder why.
I got promoted.
Yeah, you did.
It's nice to meet you.
Get that bread.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Denton in a classroom and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great?
Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know.
Sorry. I didn't forget, I just happened to run into him.
In that case, I should at least make some tea, right?
Yeah, that'd be great. Why don't you come sit down, Denton?
Yeah, make some tea.
The girls have a few desks arranged from a table to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club as fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all the effort in to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki?
Well, yes.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom?
Don't worry, the teacher gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know?
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea.
Good. I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
So, Denton, what kind of things do you enjoy reading?
Well, considering how little I've read in the past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wanted to say something, but she keeps quiet.
I'm sorry, are you speaking English? I said that.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well, similar to the one you're in right now. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Hey, me too. I read a horror book once.
A horror
Just
book?
now.
Yeah. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality.
Oh? Is that so?
Okay. A little sassy over there.
Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! Give it back.
Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Oh, well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
No. Natsuki averts her eyes.
wouldn't like them.
Ah, not a very confident writer yet?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes much more confidence. More than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri?
Hell yeah, I do.
Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of Vice President after all. After the incident. I need to do the best to nurture the club as well as its members. I know. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Denton?
Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But
I fucked it up somehow. I'm sorry. I thought...
Huh? The girls exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Denton. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? They're all just throwing their beauty at me. I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation.
Alright, calm your fedora down, sir.
Oh, and besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, well I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? You really mean that, Denton? Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really... Oh.
You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just left after all this, I would be super pissed.
Denton, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Yes, you will.
Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. I don't know about that one. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Then I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls.
You'll do great!
Yeah, apparently. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me.
Did somebody hear a voice or something?
And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. This game has left a actual dent in my confidence in talking to women.
Oh, shit.
You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it?
Hell yeah.
Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how blank feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though. So I don't think I'll be able to do it again, unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below.
It's just ketchup.
That sounds like... I don't know why, but that reminded me... Yeah, exactly.
What's wrong with your legs?
I have a feeling I know how this game's gonna go now.
That's exciting, because you guys were like, it's gonna be a certain way, and I
Well,
was like...
I knew what was coming to a degree. I did not expect playthrough 2, essentially.
I'm not gonna lie, dude, my whole body, like, immediately, like, I can't even describe the feeling, like, I started, like, getting this, like, weird, like, you know when you get scared, but I can't explain it, dude, my whole freaking body was, like, tingling in a not good way. Like, from head to toe.
Like something's gonna bite you almost, and you know
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're
suspense,
staring
but
something
there's
right in
nothing.
the mouth.
it. Yeah.
You're like, oh, shit.
Like, if you're scared of the dark and you can't move.
I legit...
In, like, the exact second she appeared on the screen, my whole body immediately
I know, I immediately stopped watching the screen because I knew it was coming and started watching you
She was
guys.
watching
And Denton
it.
was like, what are you doing? And I was like, shh.
Well, I knew you were trying to be subtle, so I whispered it. Now, I had that exact feeling once with my turtle. Like, it was about to bite me, I wasn't even watching. I just, like, the feeling crept over me, and I looked down and pulled away right before he snapped.
Spider tingle.
Like, it's
Spidey
crazy how that
senses.
works.
Except you couldn't move in this.
Oh, God. Would she not have killed herself if I told her that I just wanted to be friends?
I'm more interested to know if she wouldn't, because again, I knew about it, but I didn't know exactly what was going to happen. But I'm more interested to know if, like, if you would have chose someone else, gone after someone else, had it still been her, or someone else.
I know all these answers, but I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Well, now I have one specific goal.
I'm listening. Or are you just gonna keep it closed lip?
I'm gonna keep it closed.
Oh.
Faith came
She's like,
back.
"Ow."
She literally walked around the corner and was like, what am I missing?
Fucking hell, dude.
I knew it was coming. Like, it was super duper obvious. But I did not expect the game to be like the...
There's a girl.
Yeah, all
Jesus.
of that. That was unexpected. How long have we been going? Does it say? Nope. It says live. Let's see. Oh! We're at nearly 2 hours at this point. Just on this playthrough. Oh man, I exited out of my Facebook, goddammit. I'll have to find it.
At this point, you're almost covered.
Well, now I just feel like I'm never gonna talk to a girl again because I don't want someone to kill themselves.
Oh my gosh. If someone talks to you like Sayori did, there are
Super high
helplines.
pitch.
Yes, there are helplines for that. Don't be like, I can fix you. That's a terrible idea. Get professional help.
Yeah.
So the question is, do you want to keep going? Or do you want to quit and do something? My dad was thinking tennis if we were all available later.
Yeah.
But I figured we'd just do this, especially at this point. We just keep doing this until you wanted to call it, you know?
I was a little worried after you said that conversation hit you hard. I was like, oh no. Oh no. You gonna be okay? Oh, I can already tell. I'm
Oh.
gonna have to talk.
What?
Did you drink mine?
No. I don't know. Something hit weird. Well, stop it.
No, yours is a good one.
Jeez.
Playback. Facts.
Holy Jesus Christ! I don't know how I feel about that one.
Would you like us to turn the light?
No, it's all good. That was just very creepy. A 10 out of 10 best horror game I've ever played.
Welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club, guys. It's so happy-go-lucky and nothing bad ever happened.
Hey again, Denton. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. What was that?
That you escaped.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
It's really a shame we don't have like a camera.
I know, right? Some of the faces you made, I'm just like, so much better when it's not.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Danton. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
Ah! Did you hear that?
No.
That half-pitch change was extremely unsettling.
I didn't hear it at all.
Oh, man.
I was like, what did you do?
Look at the screen, though.
I noticed.
Okay.
What am I know? Is it?
It's tilted.
And
Okay.
it's zooming
Also,
in.
listen. It's like off-pitch.
Oh, it is zooming in. It's zooming in currently. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. I wonder how long, if you stayed on this, how far it zooms in. Because it is still zooming.
Oh, shit. Here
Oh,
we go.
come on. Like, he deserves any slack. Definitely centered on your...
Yeah, definitely. It's still you.
I know.
Alright. Oh, you're just waiting. By the way, I'm pretty sure that they have broke the fourth wall, so to speak, twice now. Once when they were like, don't you mean one-dimensional? Just felt really out there. And also, like, right near the end, Rue was like, I can't, this isn't a game where I can go back.
Listen, did you hear it just now? The pitch changed again. It's super unsettling.
But at the very beginning, it was like Monica's writing tips, but don't forget to save. Sorry for that out there. Anyway.
Yeah.
And also Monica's like, gonna come back.
You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. If you don't take us seriously, then you won't see won't see the end of it. Great.
Well,
I think that's two, actually.
Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps all their manga in their classroom.
I don't know.
She said manga. Or Monica. She said Monica. I remember that one.
Monica manga.
Manga's literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
I'm
Listen
sorry
to how the
Ben.
pitch is slightly going up. Also, it just changed.
It did just change, but I don't... I thought it just changed tune, though. I didn't hear it go higher. I already read that.
Oh,
We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Okay.
What happened?
I'm pretty sure her shirt just, like, popped open.
No, she moved her hand.
Oh, so I knew something moved. This was blocked somehow.
Yeah, she had her hand here.
Left
Okay.
hand.
Anyway. Now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have noticed the camera zooming in.
Ooh.
Perhaps you might have the interest of picking up a book to read.
Perhaps
Well-
you might actually have that you're in literature club.
I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask.
Wait. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be I want to try to be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
You moved the mouse in the doorway thing, and I legit thought it was something happening.
Oh my god. You both are on edge. and
Well,
it's
I'm
perfect.
I'm watching for things.
Good.
Are you
You
are
should.
you sure?
There are a lot of little things that you might miss.
I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started with something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
This feels strangely familiar.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a machine gun.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I killed you too. So I picked out a book that you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, now, discuss it if you want. But
This is-
that's you.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute?
I met him.
She even picked out a book she thinks I like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this.
Super familiar.
I enthusiastically take the book. Woo!
I hear you.
Well, you can read it at your own pace. Yeah, that is true. I forgot. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Thank Christ. Okay.
Puts you a little bit on edge, don't it?
Yeah. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book.
Oh man.
I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
In the closet. Have fun.
I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right? What the fuck?!
That's fine.
Uh-huh.
Someone get her chocolate, stat.
I wanted to reread some of it.
Chocolate!
Travel.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
poke it.
Do it. Oh, it is traveling. Ha 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 ha.
Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you, that's you.
Oh, just curious. How come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear.
Are you still there?
Well, once it starts picking up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It is a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so?
What?
What's the story about anyway?
Have to read it to find
Well,
out.
I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Doki Doki Literature. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, this is a real book.
Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. It's the Illuminati!
Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. This is different. And the people trapped there
This one.
have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. I don't remember reading this before. But the facility gets even worse, and they started selectively breeding people by cutting off their arms and affixing them to limbs and affixing them to...
The human Sentai pad.
This is not what she gave me.
That is true.
That's what I'm saying, it's different. Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler.
Yeah, gee, thanks, Yuri.
But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean.
Yuri's into the human centipede.
Not the thing about the limbs.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came out of nowhere.
Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, then?
No, it's not that. I mean, I definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind of challenge you look at. It's the kind that oh my god. It's the kind that challenges you to look at life differently. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil,
Oh.
but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway!
On days like this, the birds are chirping, kids like you should be burning in hell.
Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I?
It's the same book, but she goes more in depth.
Oh,
There is so much
not again.
like this to Undertale. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Here are a couple things.
Oh, then. Oh, boy. Oh, boy!
You're doing great.
You're like,
I've read this.
hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. I promise.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writings fill my thoughts, my whole body goes incredibly. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people.
What did the bottom part say?
I have no
I
idea.
don't know. It was too fast.
It was
Damn
like
it.
Russian letters.
Oh.
At least some of it.
Oh, if you go into history.
Oh, yeah, you can probably... Oh, it's not in history.
Okay.
That's fun.
I
Fact.
can remember.
So I'm sorry if I end up saying things sometimes, or saying something strange. Speaking badly because I can't read.
If they ever do that black text again, you should be like, "And from the deeps of my heart."
Oh, definitely.
I don't think I can right now, honestly. You know how your throat gets like dry and you can't do it? But I've drank so much. I don't know.
Yeah, you do. You fucking alcoholic.
Please
drinking
stop me if I'm talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but
What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, is it fine if I sit... Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over at her. She's like cracked out of her mind.
Basically.
Fucking just like,
Her eyes over here.
her mouth is like unhinged.
Hunger? What's his name? From Full Metal?
Oh, gluttony.
Gluttony, there you go.
It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just bathing in the filling of your body. Yuri. Oh, that's you.
You really apologize a lot,
I
don't you?
can't do the deep thing right now, but
I
that
can't
would
do
be
the
good.
deep thing ever.
I do.
Hold on, there we go.
Oh.
There you go. Satan's voice.
I don't really mean to. I just can't do it right now. I can't get the gurgle.
You need water.
I read that.
You think you read things?
If you don't.
I said I don't really mean to, which is what she says, and I've read it twice. Sorry, I mean, aha. That was you.
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
We have filtered.
Ah!
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold open the book. I guess that makes it a little difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her her thumb and forefinger. What? No, I'm still good. Thank you, though. I do the same thing with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
I can't hear you. Huh?
Are you ready, kids?
To turn the page.
Oh! Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second.
You think?
I definitely did. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. She stares dramatically into mine, and I do the same. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
She started looking at you. I didn't notice that before. Ah! That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not.
Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that.
Ah! That's what you were talking about? Sorry. I thought you meant something else about her.
Something else.
Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Ah!
Yuri, are you feeling alright?
Yeah.
Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little...
My breathing?
Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat.
I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Same.
Can you get Yuri some water?
No, I can't. Sorry.
Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about?
That did not happen to me.
Denton? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri is acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing!
Yeah, what are you
Don't
doing
worry,
there?
I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes. It's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Huh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, and then slip it back into my bag. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first.
What the fuck did you put in that?
Bored, don't you?
Sure.
I thought it was good. Oh, it's nothing, actually.
Yes! That was fine.
Then, if you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home.
What? Harsh.
What, you expect me to believe you actually put effort into this? Think I'm stupid?
I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. They all
Hey.
start somewhere, right?
You still want to play tennis a little later? Sure. Yeah.
If you're still proud of your first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about?
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway.
I think you won this conversation.
I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Yeah, you're probably right. No, I'm just kidding. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it.
Definitely thought that was going to be different this time.
Yep. See it.
Yeah. I told you you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What?
Well, I'll
Just be
convince you.
honest.
Huh?
I'll
I am.
convince you. What? I will.
Why are you
convince
so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff.
Did you close the glass
So
door?
people don't even take my writing
No.
seriously.
Yes, it's screwed.
But isn't that the point of poems? Isn't that the point of poems? For people to express themselves? Your writing style shouldn't make your messages any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into that than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something.
Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with one last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her.
That's fine, thank you.
Whose poem should you read next? I wonder.
Hayden! Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or anything we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, you want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Denton. We're all a little bit embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Denton. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. That's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism? Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri!
I'm back. Honey, I'm home. Did I miss anything?
Look how big she is.
Not.
No.
Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other.
Eh? Already? Sorry for being late.
No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed.
Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now.
Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glance at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic, there must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen.
Well, that one was different.
So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. See, my best friend killed her.
Honestly, I thought that's what she was saying for a second. I was looking right at it, but it just didn't register.
It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this, if you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I had an English teacher that was like, you literally have to be like non-stop moving your pen for like 90 seconds straight. It's really hard.
I mean, it's like decent advice, though.
No, but like we had to do that like every time we were in class. At least like twice a day. Like once at the beginning of the period and once at the end of the period.
Write something like song lyrics?
Just fucking whatever.
Or just memorize something? Right.
I've got an entire catalog of songs going that route.
Who should I show my poem to next?
Wow,
Yuri.
so many choices.
I
Right?
shall show it to Yuri.
Yuri.
Cool.
As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Exceptional.
What was that?
Did I just say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Ooh.
Ooh. He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a deep breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates that you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though.
Bias, how?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do! I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which in itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
This
Ghost under the light.
has not changed.
The tendrils of hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have left withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Yeah. It looks like Monica's is the only one that's different.
Annika.
Monica's? Definitely. Cool. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's very pretty. In all seriousness, it is very pretty.
That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Uh-huh.
That is not what that said.
It was...
Hew,
I
hew,
know.
hew, hew.
I don't think that's how it's supposed to come.
Exactly.
I think it's more of a...
Probably. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, then.
Really? I must have totally missed the point.
I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember, that poets often express their own works, feelings, and express experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort until unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm glad to keep doing my best for you. I'm going to keep doing my best for you.
Ah, me too. You. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can't stand up to theirs. I sure did. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my... Oh. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh.
One note off.
I guess that's what I ended up... I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? You completely missed the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I'm gonna say something nice.
You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
Huh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Denton did. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the effort, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. Unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet.
Ooh, shit, bro!
Ugh.
And didn't like my poem too, you know. Oh. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Denton appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more?
Are you...
Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Ooh, damn, she's throwing shade.
Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Denton started showing up.
I got him.
Natsuki!
I fully envision you saying these things from like the sideline.
Got him! Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that was.
I did that last time too. I fucked that up last time too.
Ah!
Taking out your
Stop
own
it.
insecurities on others like that?
I don't like it. Make it stop. Oh god!
You're really just acting as long as you look, Natsuki. Jeez.
Look how the game is going because Sayori isn't around now.
Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy bitch.
Edgy. Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. This
Oh,
is
Jesus.
escalated compared to last time.
See? Just saying that proves the point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know?
If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing cute about you is how hard you try.
Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri.
Damn.
Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you?
Oh, shit!
Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is in your head? What's wrong with your head?
Yeah, go on. Let Denton hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this.
Ah!
Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me, as if she just noticed I was standing here.
Denton! She just tried making me look bad.
That's not true. You started it.
I'm pretty sure that was you. I was supposed to
There's
say
something
that.
about why the fuck am I trapped here with...
I was unprepared for it. Oh shit! Well, this is fun.
No! Hi, Monica.
Well, this is fun. Also,
Um,
that was much more elevated.
Hey,
than last
Denton.
time.
Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay? Sorry about that. Really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. Probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. I'm president, I am, right? I don't even comfort my own club members properly. Just wish I could be a little bit more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. What a selfish bitch! Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. She quickly runs away. Here. Well, it looks like they're done.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
Yuri is rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri?
Didn't mean it.
I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did.
Denton, please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today.
It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Because Monica... Everything's forgotten. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wanted to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica.
You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer.
I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done.
Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take responsibility for today.
Kinda sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri.
It's not that. Not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Denton. It would be embarrassing with you listening.
I guess I don't really have a choice, do I?
Sorry for causing trouble. But I really appreciate you understanding.
Fucking made me jump, Jesus Christ.
I think I'm the only one that was unaffected by that one, because I saw you jump too.
I forgot.
Well, things have taken a dramatic turn. I will be right back, so maybe don't click the last word before you leave.
420.
Is it?
Why do I feel like Monica is orchestrating this and she's pulling the strings?
Huh.
I think you do know.
Alright, I know everything. I'm gonna tell you though.
Figured.
This is fun. And by fun, I mean obviously terrible situations, but it's a good game. Action.
Legitimately though, this game makes me feel insecure in my confidence of talking to women.
No, these are not real women, Austin.
I know, but I'm just saying,
Real
like...
women do not have traveling eyeballs.
I would hope not.
I mean, depends on which woman you're talking
Oh
to.
my god. Their eyeballs do not travel off their face very often.
I feel like Monica is either the good guy or the bad guy.
Monica is 100% the bad guy.
See,
I'm fucking calling it. I'm sticking to my guns, dude. Monica's like jaw is straight up gonna become like unhinged, and she's gonna be like, "I'm Caesar."
the game has wanted us to think that she's the bad guy since the very beginning. She's the only one you haven't been able to click, and
The
because
very
the
beginning.
very beginning, I have suspected her since the very beginning.
Uh-huh.
But because they want us to think she's the bad guy, I bet she's the only good guy. They're gonna switch it around on us.
Okay.
Although I yet to see how Natsuki is the bad guy. Like, she just seems like the most innocent. Or I'm sure that she's not
No, she's not what?
innocent.
As rough as her personality is, Natsuki is probably my favorite.
Why do you think I'm saving her for last? Jesus Christ! What happened to the game, bro?
Oh shit!
Ghost! Coming in!
Coming in clutch, dude. Jesus Christ.
Ghosty.
Even Ghost is like, what have I done? Oh, no.
It's alright, then.
That was so funny.
Everything will be alright.
I really, really want, like, Sayori to just, like crawl out of the ground, like, zombified. Like, why did you love me?
With that voice. If she does, you're using that voice.
You dug a hole now.
Oh, I don't know. I think she dug it herself.
Well, that's gonna be hard to do when she's hanging from the ceiling.
That's in poor taste.
But you liked it. Feel dirty.
I too am a disaster.
Why have you betrayed me?
Ah, give me your soul, bitch. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days.
How?
I really enjoy watching women argue over me.
The usual scene greets
It
me.
might sound very selfish, but, you know.
I just imagine the usual scene greets me. It just shows them two like punching each other.
There's blood
Entering
all
the
on
club
floor.
room, the usual scene greets me.
Ah, definitely usual.
Now you.
Oh yeah. Welcome back, Denton.
Ah, hi Yuri.
Yuri's side
I'm not sure if it's just me or if it's Yuri's expression,
boob. Yes, her expression.
but the weight of yesterday's quarrel still hangs in the air a little bit. Yuri glances over her shoulder, looking around the room. Natsuki is reading manga at her desk. And surprisingly, Monika isn't here yet. Suddenly, Yuri takes my arm and pulls me to the corner of the room.
About yesterday, I really need to apologize. Nothing like that has ever happened before, and something just came over me, I guess. I wasn't acting mentally sound. Please don't think we're usually like this. Not just me, but Natsuki as well.
Yuri, I'm happy that you were considerate and apologized. You don't have to worry too much. Even though I've only been here a couple of days, I could tell that something was off yesterday. Maybe we were just a little extra sensitive because it was our first time sharing poems. But whatever it was, I didn't mean to, or it didn't make me think anything less of you.
Yeah, that's usually what happens when you share
I like that we went home and made a new poem, but nobody discussed making more poems for today.
I'm just into making poems. I had already decided that there's no way that you can be a bad person. And now that you're apologizing, I know you really didn't mean it.
Don't say those kind of things so frankly. They make me a little too happy, if you know what I mean.
God.
I'm really glad that you're such an understanding person. And I'm really glad you joined this club. Now let's go in the closet. Everything is a little bit brighter with you around, and...
I need a light in the closet.
Sorry, what am I saying right now?
Must have stabbed him 50 fucking times.
I just...
Have you guys seen Monika?
Ah! No, I haven't. I was also kind of wondering where she was.
Man. Yuri, I'm guessing you haven't either?
Yuri is clearly taken aback by how calmly Natsuki is addressing her.
No, I haven't.
Jeez, this isn't like her at all. I know it's stupid, but I can't help but worry a little bit.
Maybe she hung herself.
Pandemic.
What?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Natsuki, about yesterday. I just wanted to apologize. I promise I didn't mean any of the things I said. I'll do my best to stay under control from now on. So...
Yuri, what the heck are you talking about? Yesterday?
Ah!
I get it. This is the next Star Wars game. Monika's a goddamn Jedi. She's like, you don't remember anything.
I don't remember anything. Jeez. Whatever's on your mind, I'm sure it was nothing. I don't even remember anything bad happening. You're the kind of person who worries about too much little things, aren't you? I definitely didn't say that right. I thought I was gonna skip off the screen.
Such a roller coaster. But...
I'll accept your apology anyway if it helps you feel better about it. Besides, it's kind of nice to hear since I was always afraid you secretly hated me or something like that.
No! don't hate you.
Well, you're kind of weird, but I don't hate you either.
Now kiss. Natsuki turns to me.
Faith is off guard.
You're still on trial,
The perfect comeback. Hey!
though.
Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Nah. Well, actually Natsuki was.
I was not. What took you so long?
Well, my last period today was study hall. And to be honest, I just kind of lost track of time.
No piano, eh? Last time it was she was practicing piano.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least.
I must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Oh, there's the piano. Piano!
What's wrong?
I like catching you off guard.
Great.
I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
Don't give me more credit than I deserve. I guess I've been practicing for a while, but I'm still really not good yet.
Still, that must require a lot of dedication. So I'm still impressed.
Aw, well thanks, Yuri. What's going on with the screen?
It is color filtering. Faith, that is you.
I was trying to figure it out. Something about... Yeah, it got darker.
Yeah, the color's filtering. I don't know. I assume that's part of the game because my TV doesn't just do that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Just at random moments? Whenever it's precise it games. You should play something for us sometime.
That's... Monica looks at me. There it is.
Oh, that's weird.
Well, I am working on writing a song, but it's not quite done yet. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. That sounds cool. I look forward to it. Is that so? Well, in that case, I won't let you down, Denton. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to pressure you or anything like that.
Right.
Don't worry.
Peach body slam.
Get out of here!
I was hoping that I could share it with you anyway. I guess that's why I've been practicing so much recently. I see. I'm not sure if Monica was referring to the whole club or just me. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So, I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I chose not to bring up anything that the three of us talked about.
Phases the wall.
Besides, Natsuki has already run off into the closet.
Hey, I was just about to say the closet again, and there she went. And we were supposed to be in there.
Jesus.
Since your compliments put me in a good mood,
I'll take you to the closet.
I was wondering if you would like to spend some time together today.
In the
I mean, in the club closet.
Yeah, definitely. I planned on it anyways.
Yeah, you did.
What have I done? I've created a monster. Okay. Can we start now?
Look at that face.
Let's find a place to sit.
She'll eat you.
What's that?
Nothing.
She's like, right here. No.
I'm being a little forceful, aren't I? I'm sorry. My heart just won't stop pounding for some reason.
Don't worry about it. Hey, don't worry about it. If anything, it's nice to see you have so much energy.
Yeah. But I need to try to calm down. I won't be able to focus on reading like this.
She's like, I shouldn't have drank 3 Red Bulls earlier. Take your time.
Faith every day.
Yeah.
Yuri takes a deep breath, then pulls out the copy of the book out of her bag.
That one time I drank a Monster and a Rockstar in the same hour. Ooh, bad idea.
Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first?
Not at all. So she's had like 3 Red Bulls and she's making some caffeinated tea?
Yeah,
Jesus
caffeinated
Christ.
tea. That's how I get
Thanks
this.
very much. If
She's
there's,
like, have I showed you this really cool sparkling glitter that I sniff? No.
if there's one thing that can make my reading time here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. Not to mention, for yourself as well.
Does it smell like chloroform?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yuri stands up and makes her way to the closet. Monica's gonna be that. I'm telling you, Monica's gonna be like, if I can't have you, no one can. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with the filter inside. Monica fucking killed Sayori. It just clicked.
Jesus. Yeah, that's what they wanted us to think this whole time. But it's a lie.
I don't
Why
think
do
it
you
is.
think that, Dustin?
Because she's like, oh, Sayori already. Oh, never mind.
There were a couple hints, but
Yeah,
Did it
literally
happen?
Monica
You
was
don't
like, I should just do it, or Sarah was like, I should just do what Monica told me.
Monica's like, kill yourself.
or Monica knew what you guys talked about.
Is Monica an all-powerful sentient being?
Omnipotent.
God.
Can you hold this for a second?
Sure. Yuri hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm like, oh, Jesus. I'm going to... Oh.
I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk, and then I'll go get some water.
Oops. She walks past me and sets down the kettle on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms. Especially because of her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical.
Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks. I'll be right back.
She's thirsty.
Yeah,
chill.
she is.
I might as well walk with you.
That's okay. You stay here. I won't take long. It won't take long.
Pitcher in hand, Yuri hurries out of the classroom. Did Yuri leave you again? No, it's not like that this time. She's just filling up the water pitcher to make some tea. Oh, okay. Sorry for misunderstanding. 10 minutes pass.
Jesus.
Yuri said it wouldn't take long. Is something holding her up? Maybe a noose. I'm bored just waiting here, so I decided to go look for her.
Dark.
Let's see. The most logical place for Yuri to be would be the nearest water
Notice
fountain.
that the piano here is
It's like
muted.
muted, yeah. It's like palm muted, like a guitar. Ha ha.
No, that's done.
What's that noise? It's coming from around the corner.
Sheep.
Ah. It sounds like breathing. A sharp inhale, like someone sucking through the air through their teeth. Are they in pain? I reach around the corner and peer around it. Yuri? Oh, shit. Ah.
Going backwards. I'm back! Thanks for waiting patiently. Denton, do you like oolong tea?
Yeah. Anything is fine.
Very well.
Oh, Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees.
Now it's time to get the teapot.
You really do this properly, don't you?
Of course. I shouldn't do anything less when I'm making tea for others.
Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? Oh boy!
In that case, you'll only be even more impressed.
Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now.
Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out, it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway.
Ah. That's great, Yuri. Just don't push yourself too much.
You're always worrying about me, Denton. Very endearing.
I mean, it's almost like I sort of grew up with you or something. I don't know. That's... Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us.
Denton, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today?
Huh? Why is that?
It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize.
No worries. No worries, mate. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it.
Yeah, she knows.
Is that so? I wonder why that is.
I'm carrying all these romances. It's most likely because of my...
Your
shawarma.
posture, right?
Yep,
Always hunched over like that while reading?
definitely.
Yes! I have terrible reading posture. That's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my bag. Ah, I have some chocolates as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies. I take it, since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the reading position as last time, each holding one half the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
Hey, hey.
I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kinda cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup. Holding it with my hand... Wait. Holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest.
Speaking of her back pain.
Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. Oh, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
Ah, that's okay, I won't take any.
Huh? Are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the page.
Ah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have... Bleh. She holds it so that I don't have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Oof.
Hey, hey, second base.
I don't know about that. Well, in that case... Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it in my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth, and just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it.
That's the pirate close.
Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Oh, Yuri looks at me like she needs confirmation of what just happened.
Denton.
Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Ah.
Uh-oh. About to get real. Yuri starts to breathe heavily. He starts foaming.
I can't. I'm allergic to chocolate.
Oh shit, call 911! Suddenly, Yuri forcefully grabs my arms and jerks me to my feet. My teacup gets knocked over.
Denton. My heart won't stop pounding, Denton. I can't calm down. It's gonna explode. I had too much monster. I can't focus on anything anymore. Can you feel it, Denton?
Yuri suddenly presses my hand against her chest.
Why is this happening to me? I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Side note, I've been in this situation where your heart is just racing and you're like going insane. Not fun.
Yeah. Hey, Rockstar in a month.
I can't make it
Really
stop.
bad.
It even makes me not want to read. I just want to look at you. The eyes are moving. That's awesome.
Your skin. Time to share poems.
What? What?
Yeah, just as a thought.
Hmm?
Den, come on. I'm not stupid. I know how much time you've been spending with Yuri. It's obvious that you care more about impressing her than trying to improve your writing. To put it bluntly, it's kind of pathetic. Why are you even in this club, Den? Honestly. I thought getting a new member would help everyone get more involved together. Not exclude each other even more. This is such a stupid activity. Look, I'm not in a good mood today, and I just really don't feel like talking right now. Please go away.
Damn. Straight shunned. Jen, I think you saw something earlier that you weren't supposed to see. I didn't want to have to tell you this, but I don't think I have a choice. It's getting kind of dangerous for you to spend so much time with Yuri. I don't know why, but she seems pretty easily excitable when she's around you. Which shouldn't be a problem in itself, but when Yuri gets too excited, she finds a place to hide and starts cutting herself with a pocket knife. Isn't that kind of messed up? She even brings a different one to school every day. Like she has a collection or something. I mean, it's definitely not because she's depressed or anything like that. I think that she just gets some kind of a high from it. It might even be like a sexual thing. But the point is, you've kind of been enabling her. I'm not saying it's your fault though. I guess that's why I had to explain it all to you. So I think if you keep your distance, that would probably be best for her. While you're at it, don't be shy to spend a little bit more time with me. You selfish asshole. To put it lightly, at least have it together in the head. Or I at least have it together in the head, and I know how to treat my club members.
Ooh.
But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Save me. The colors, they won't. Bright, beautiful, beatful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue,
Have you never?
and endless cacophony of meaningless noise.
Have you ever seen Liar Liar?
It's been a long time.
The way they spelled it out was B-E-A-Beautiful.
B-E-A. Oh, there's also, I think it's Bambi, where the deer is like, or the bunny rabbit's like, B-E-A, beautiful.
Yeah.
I've not seen Mandy in so long.
The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating wave
No idea.
lengths. Jesus Christ. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a knife on a breathing ribcage. By the way, I'm PMSing. What's that? Delete her. Jesus Christ! Alright, I know it's kind of abstract. I'm just trying to, well, never mind. There's no point in explaining. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when, who am I talking to? Can you hear me? Tell me you can hear me. Anything? That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Who should I show my poem to next? She's like, oh my god, show it to me!
Let me give myself paper cuts.
We can give each other paper cuts.
Yeah.
Oh god.
They're bonded for life.
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this. See what you've written for today.
Yuri stares at the poem with a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it?
Denton, this one might be even better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing.
Maybe that's why you did such a good job explaining. I really wanted to try and give it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's mom spaghetti on her mom's spaghetti already.
I don't know what that means.
Mom
Like
spaghetti. Have you not heard the Mom Spaghetti remix?
Oh,
He just says it like every 3 seconds.
Oh, okay. The best part is.
aha!
The song starts out and he's like, knees weak, mom spaghetti. He's vomiting on his mom's spaghetti already. You're just like, what?
That almost sounds right.
Ah.
It makes me so happy. It's so amazing to feel like I'm valued, Denton. Everything you write is a treasure to me. My heart pounds just holding it. I want to write a poem about this feeling. Is that bad, Denton? I'm not being weird, right? I'm having a harder time than usual at concealing my emotions. I'm kind of embarrassed. But right now, I want you to read my poem too. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, this is a new one.
God damn, it's a long one. Wheel. A rotating wheel, turning an axle grinding. Bolt head. Linear gearbox, falling sky. 7 holy stakes, a dock ship. A portal to another world. Dracula, no, I'm just kidding. A thin rope tied to a thick rope. A tough harness. Parabolic gearbox. Expanding universe. Time controlled by slipping cogwheels. Existence of God. Swimming with open water in all directions. Drowning. A prayer written in blood. A prayer written in time-devouring snakes with human eyes. A thread connecting all living human eyes. A kaleidoscope of holy stakes. Exponential gearbox. A sky of exploding stars. God disproving the existence of God. A wheel rotating in 6 dimensions. 40 gears and a ticking clock. A clock that ticks 1 second for every rotation of the planet. A clock that ticks 40 times every time it flicks every second time. A bolt head of holy stakes tied to the existence of a docked ship to another world. A kaleidoscope of blood written in clocks. A time-devouring prayer connecting a sky of 40 gears and open human eyes in all directions. Breathing gearbox. Breathing bolt head. Breathing ship. Breathing portal. Breathing snakes. Breathing God. Breathing blood. Breathing holy stakes. Breathing human eyes. Breathing time. Breathing prayer. Breathing sky. Breathing wheel. I wasn't planning on sleeping anyway.
That's good.
That's me. It doesn't really matter what it's about. My mind's been a little hyperactive lately, so I had to take it out on your pen. That is, a pen fell out of your backpack yesterday, so I took it home for safekeeping and definitely didn't use it for things. I just really like the way that it writes. So I wrote this poem with it. And now you're touching it. I'm okay. What did I just... Let me pretend this conversation never... You can keep the poem, though. Ooh, special poem. Ah, special poem. Redacted.
Nothing is real. Question mark. Nothing is real.
Take the blue pill.
What if I eat cake with the red pill?
Reality breaks.
Just everything shatters.
Only Monica.
Hey, hey, Monica. Hey, pote, Monica. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? We all have something we need to go over today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the classroom.
Is this about the festival?
Well, sort of.
Ugh. Do we really have to do something for the festival? Not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members.
That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last minute preparations.
Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? Look, I know everyone's been a little more lively ever since Denton joined, and we've just started some club activities.
Lively's a good word for it.
But this isn't the time for us to become complacent. We still only have 4 members, and the festival is our only real chance to find more, you know?
What's so great about getting new members anyway? We already have enough to be considered an official club. More members will just mean everything gets noisy and more difficult to manage.
Natsuki, I don't think you're looking at it the right way at all. Don't you want to share your passion with as many people as you can?
No,
To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place?
absolutely
The
not.
literature club should be a place where people can express themselves like they can't do anywhere else. It should be a place so intimate that you never want to leave. It should be the Hotel California. I know you feel that way too. I know we all do. So that's why we should work hard and put something together for the festival, even if it's something small. Right, Denton?
Oh, come on. You can't take advantage of Denton to agree with you just... Take advantage of... No, I didn't read that right. You can't take advantage of Denton to agree with you just because he doesn't know how to say no to anything. Look, Monica. You really think any of us here join the club with other people in mind? Yuri never even talked until Denton joined. As for me, I just liked it better here than I do at home. And Denton isn't even passionate about literature in the first place. And that's everyone. Sorry, but you're really the only one who's finding new members. The rest of us are fine like this. I know you're president and all, but really consider our opinion.
Monica is clearly taken aback by Natsuki's words. Interesting. First time there's been guitar, I think. That's not true at all. I'm sure Yuri and Denton want to get more members too. Right? I don't know about Yuri, but I'm kind of indifferent. If I showed as much enthusiasm as Monica wanted, then I would probably be lying. Still, if it's up to me to rescue the situation. No. Natsuki's right, isn't she? This club is nothing more than a place for a few people to hang out. Why did I think that everyone here saw it the same way as I did? But that doesn't mean we're against getting new members or anything. Denton, why did you even join this club? What were you hoping to get out of it? Well, that's not really something I can be honest about, is it? In fact, if I remember, you weren't even given a chance not to join. Monica sits down and stares at her desk. What's the point of all this anyway? What if starting this club was a mistake?
Now you've done it, Natsuki.
What, me?
Sorry.
I just spoke my mind. Is it a crime to be honest?
It's not about being honest. It's about word choice. Besides, you have no right to speak for everyone else in the club like that.
You don't understand at all. I just want a place that feels nice to hang out with a few friends. Is there a problem with the club being that for me? There aren't many other places like that for me. And now, Monica wants to take it away from me.
She's not taking anything away.
No, Den. It's not the same. It won't be the same with the direction she wants to take it. If I wanted that, then I could have just joined any other stupid club. This one... At least for a little bit of time, things were nice.
Natsuki starts packing up her things.
Going home. Like I don't belong here right now.
Natsuki?
Natsuki ignores Yuri and walks out of the classroom.
This is bad. I don't know what to do.
Well, you have an opinion on the festival?
I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent, I guess. Who cares about the obnoxious brat?
I wonder if I can like try and piece it together correctly. Oh, I missed.
I mean, I like how nice and quiet the club is right now. And I'm just happy with you here. But still, I'm the vice president. It's not right for me to ignore my responsibilities like that. Nobody would cry if she killed herself.
Jesus.
I should do my best to consider everyone's perspective and make the decision that's right for the club. But what about you, Denton? What do you want to get out of this club?
Played.
Right.
I decide giving an indirect answer is better than nothing. I think the most important thing is for everyone to get along. And for the club to provide something that you can't get anywhere else.
I really like to get
What?
along.
I don't think it's about how many members, but rather the quality of each member. That's what will end up making the literature club a special place.
I see. I really agree with you. Each member contributes their own qualities in a special way. With each change in members... What?
She's bleeding tears.
Oh. With each change in members, the identity of the club as a whole will change too. I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing, stepping out of your comfort zone once in a while. So if you would like to help Monica with the festival, then I'm on your side as well.
Alright. Well, maybe we can all talk to Natsuki tomorrow. Yuri nods. Hey, Yuri. Hey. I know things were a little awkward yesterday, but I feel like you deserve to know that I still think you're a wonderful vice president. And also a wonderful friend. Monica! I want to do everything I can to make this the best club ever, okay?
Me too.
Yeah. Let's all go home for today. We'll talk about the festival tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
I look forward to it. Shall we go, Denton?
Please don't take this the wrong way, but I'm going to chat a little bit with Denton before we leave. Just to see what he thinks of his time here and all that. It's important to me as president. Pulls rank. Yuri looks a little bit troubled, but she doesn't protest.
Okay. Trust your judgment, Monica. In that case, I'll see the two of you tomorrow.
Cockblocker.
Right?
See you tomorrow! Monica waves as Yuri exits the classroom. Phew. Things have been a bit hectic lately, haven't they? And I just wanted to make sure that you're enjoying your time at this club. I would really hate to see you unhappy. I feel kind of like I'm responsible for that as the president. And I really do care about you, you know? I don't like seeing the other girls giving you a hard time. With how mean Natsuki is and everything. And Yuri being a little bit, you know... like, you and I are the only... You know what I mean? But it's weird because in all the time that you've been here, you've gotten to hardly spend any time together. I guess it's technically only been a couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say something weird. There are just some things that I've been hoping to talk about you with. Things I know only you could understand. So that's why... Wait, not yet, no! Immediately, I'm just like, yeah.
Should we maybe call it here for this?
Empty slots? God damn, dude.
In case you were hoping to save right,
Damn.
you go back and try and load it.
You can't. The game files are edited.
That's fun.
I don't know if I should say what I want to say, but...
Say what you mean to say.
I got nothing. I can't read.
Nothing.
Sorry, I am so bad. Bless.
Alright.
that was
Well,
fun.
that was one hell of an experience.
Whew, 180.
Next time.
You were like having fun, dating some girls, and then BAM!
Dead.
Well, next time. Who knows what'll happen?
Until then.
Probably people who have seen
That is
A million
exactly
times
right.
before.
Until then, see you next